Hi everyone, Sue Matsuki here with another Sue's Views. It's been a minute. I've had a lot to think about lately, though. I've been home with knee replacement surgery, so it's given me a lot of time to mull things over. And since it's awards season, I was thinking about an article I had written back in 2019 about the aftermath of awards season and how sometimes going through this season makes us feel less than, especially to those people who didn't make the final ballot, say, for example, for the MAC Awards. First of all, before I say anything, I just want to say congratulations to every single person who did submit their name for the preliminary ballot. That means you believe in your talent. That means that you were confident enough in your work to submit. And what it doesn't mean is that you're not worthy of going to the final list. We all know that the MAC Awards in particular, along with the Broadway World Awards, are more of a People's Choice Awards, and that is contingent on, how many friends you have who are voting for people in that particular category. It matters who you're competing against, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. When I vote, in particular for, say, female vocalist, I first look at the vocals because that's the topic, female vocalist. I then go to the shows and the quality of the shows and the flow of the shows, but this is all based on my having seen the shows. Many of us just vote for people that we've seen one time in an open mic and thought, oh, they're great, or because they're our friend. And they don't really stop and take a minute to see as many shows as I think anyone voting should see, particularly in this kind of a popular vote situation. Because what can you base your opinion on if you don't see as many of the shows as possible? So right now, there's this period of for your consideration shows, and I would encourage all of you to go. Many of them, most of them have a MAC discount. Some of them are even free or are like $5. Go see as many of the shows as you can before you actually make your final choices on the final ballot for the lucky people and the worthy people who made the final list. All great people. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is to those of you who did not make the final ballot, it doesn't mean anything except you need to keep trying to get your name out there. You need to keep trying to go to more maybe MAC oriented events or open mics where you'll be seen and your work will be seen to become part of that circle of people who vote for each other. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Does not mean you're any less worthy than anyone who made the final list. And it does not mean that any of them are not worthy to be on that list. Just understand what I'm saying, that we have to not make ourselves feel badly about our work or our position in the community just because we didn't get to a final list on a voting situation like there is, like what's happening right now. Now, in terms of the Bistro Awards, that of course is a more coveted award because it's chosen by cabaret writer and viewer professionals. So it means a little bit more, and they change their categories every year. So there's not this ability to submit your name in the same category over and over again and win over and over again. Again, no slur on the people who do that. If your work is worthy, you submit your name, you get a vote. But with the bistros, I think because it's a chosen award, it becomes a little more coveted. And with that, I would say that the bistro team is 6 to 8 people, seeing as many shows as they can throughout the year. So again, you cannot make yourself feel any less a performer or worthy because you didn't get a bistro award. It means that those 6 to 8 people saw a limited number of shows each, brought all their people to the table and discussed. And again, if you want to be seen by those people, you have to be tenacious in your marketing and tenacious in your requests for them to come see your work. You need to perform at open mics where they may or may not see you. I know a lot of the people from the bistros and a lot of people, reviewers in particular, go to a lot of these open mics and just sit there. And if they like your work, they'll then go see your whole show. And then maybe that will get brought back to the committee. So overall, I'm just saying be tenacious in your continued belief in your talent. Do not let this season depress you or diminish your belief in your talent for any reason at all. And everybody just go see as many shows as you can so that when you vote, you're not just voting for your friend, you're voting for the work. I was on the board for several years, and I always encourage that. I personally would like to know that I won because people saw my work and thought it was worthy, and not just because they like Sumatsuki. I swear, I honestly believe that. I also kept changing up where I wanted to be nominated. So I kept changing categories because I could, because I directed and I wrote music and I special productions and duo shows and vocalist and major vocalist. So I think I have 11 or 12 nominations in 8 different categories, and I have 3 wins. That's enough for me. I'm a MAC award winning performer. I don't need to keep putting my name in the same time over and over again. And I vowed to myself that I would only put my name in a category if I hadn't won in that category, but that the fun of it was going to be trying to get nominated in as many categories as I could. I didn't win in every category, but it was fun to actually give that a shot. So, um, that's all I wanted to say about award season. There is an article below that I wrote in 2019 that goes into much more detail about how we sometimes put ourselves through hell and diminish our light by allowing other people or the circumstances of the award season to get to us. So it's a good read. Go ahead and click that on and take a look at that. And until next time, we'll see you back on Sue's Views when I have something else to say. You know me, I always have something to say. Have a great day, everybody.